Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm going to be playing Detective Pikachu Returns today. I'm very excited. I've had this game for a while, but I haven't started it yet because I just have so many games on my backlog. But I'm finally going to start this game and I'm so excited because I have been waiting forever for this game to come out because they announced it years ago and then there was no update about the sequel to Detective Pikachu. And then finally, out of nowhere, they're like, oh yeah, it's coming. So excited to now start this. Yes.
The name's Pikachu, and I'm what you might call a great detective. With my bolts of brilliance, I've solved many mysteries. My partner Harry and I ran into some trouble on a case. Harry's son disappeared, and I lost all my memories. After that, I was wandering the city when I ran into Tim. Somehow, he could understand what I was saying. Our roles were one and the same. Find Detective Harry, because my missing partner just so happened to be Tim's dad. While we were searching for Harry, we uncovered a series of crimes involving R, a chemical that drove Pokemon berserk. Tim and I managed to solve the case and save Rhyme City. And yet, Harry is still missing. Even now, the two of us are still searching for him. Harry, just where the heck did you go?
Detective Pikachu returns.
And so, to promote an even stronger bond between the people and Pokemon of Rhyme City, I hereby proclaim this day the start of Pokemon Friendship Week. To commemorate this event, we present this award to Tim Goodman and Pikachu, who saved
Harry!
Oh, Pikachu, I'm sorry. I guess that's a sign I better wrap this speech up.
Wow. Couldn't have picked a worse time to doze off.
Sorry. No. Due to the R incident of 2 years ago, some of our citizens began to doubt Rhyme City's motto, coexistence with Pokemon. So to those of you who were affected, I offer you my deepest sympathies.
What's that?
A Corviknight?
No, it's coming this way.
Sir, follow me.
Dun, dun, dun.
Everyone, get inside right away.
What is going on?
Could it be R?
Don't think so. Its behavior is different.
It's all right. Just calm down.
Pikachu.
Ah, lousy Corviknight. It just made off with my signature hat.
My dad gave you that hat.
Yeah, we gotta get it back.
You know how important that hat is to me, and Corviknight just flew off with it. What a mess. Let's go get it back. What's that? Hey, Tim, over here. Let's check it out.
Look, This must be the notebook the mayor dropped. Oh, there's something inside. A family photo? This girl looks familiar. Yo, she's the one who didn't look too happy during the mayor's speech.
That's my classmate, Rachel. She knows a lot about Pokemon.
Huh? Whoa, time out. You know her? Why am I just now learning this?
We should return this notebook to Mayor Myers. Yeah, but first we gotta deal with Corviknight. Right, let's go, Pikachu. Gotta go. Now what do we do? That's... Uh-oh, this doesn't look good. Pidove, a regular sight in Rain City's parks.
Oh,
Is that Pidove unconscious? Don't touch it. Moving this Pokemon could injure it. Hey, you big guy, what happened to Pidove? Well, I'm at a loss. Nothing we've tried so far is working. Hey, can you even hear me? You, cut your Pikachu's Pika chatter and evacuate the area. Will Butler, Chief of the Pokemon Protection Bureau, PPB. Ladino, can hear how healthy you are. So cute. I need to track down Corviknight and get this area evacuated, but I can't just leave this Pidove here. Hey, what happened? Calm down, Pikachu. To everyone else, you're just saying Pika. I'm the only one who understands what you're saying. Oh, right, sorry. Got a little worked up seeing Pidove in such bad shape. Okay, Tim. It's on you to ask the big guy what went down. Excuse me, what happened? Here? Oh, you're that young detective. Yes, I'm Tim Goodman, and this is my partner, Pikachu. Will Butler, Pokemon's Protection Bureau, and this Audino is with the police department's rescue squad. Audino. I'll spare you the details. Right now, we need to help this Pidove. All that wind Corviknight whipped up blew it around and knocked it out. Audino used a move to help Pidove recover, but it still hasn't woken up. Audino. Chief, no civilian injuries reported this time. Copy that, great work. Now I really should get back to leading the evacuation, but I can't just leave Pidove here unconscious. You ought to clear out here too, young detective. Mr. Butler, let us help you take care of Pidove. We'll find a way to wake it up. Yeah, let a couple of great detectives handle this. You? This is an emergency situation, one that requires my full attention. Maybe I should let you help. Alright, I'll leave waking up this Pidove to you. I'm counting on you, young detective. Yes, sir. Let's go, Pikachu. Okay. Cool. Hey, why don't we talk to those other Pidove? Sure, let's give it a shot. Let us talk to them. See what they have to say for themselves. Hold on a sec, Tim. Before we talk to these guys, there's something I need to tell you. Yeah? What is it? Cases don't just pop up when it's convenient for us. I don't gotta tell you that, right? Right. And it's been a good long while since our last case. It's been years. Well, that's true. So let's hit pause and jog our memories of how we go about investigating a case. We'll do this one by the book, alright? You say so. Tim, this is our first investigation in a long time. Fortunately, Pidove's injuries are already healed. All we gotta do is find a way to wake it up. Some might call it a coincidence, but me, I call it an opportunity for a detective work tutorial. Perfect, right? I suppose. Let's refresh our memory and make sure we conduct a full investigation. Okay, got it. First, let's quickly go over how we investigate. I talk to the Pokemon, and I talk to the people. Together, the two of us will gather evidence and take testimonies from people and Pokemon and piece them all together to solve the case. Yep, that's how we do it. Exactly. Okay, this round of questioning is all yours, Pikachu. Sure thing. Here I go. Hey, Pidove, can I talk to you? I'm guessing you're pals with that unconscious Pidove. Mind if I ask you a couple questions? Cool. It says they're friends taking a nap and won't wake up. So it thinks that unconscious Pidove is just sleeping? Coo, coo. You really love the smell of. Wait, huh? What's that got to do with anything? Coo, coo. Nice strong aroma makes the sleepy times go away. That's what it's saying. You'd think these Pidove would be more concerned about their unconscious friend instead of chirping about some smell. I'm gathering there's a certain aroma that Pidove are really into. Guess that's all we're gonna get. Maybe we should question some of the other Pidove around here. Hey, Tim. Come here a second. If you get stuck during your investigation and see the light bulb icon in the lower left corner of the screen, you can press the left button to consult Pikachu and get a hint. I'm a little curious about what Pidove was saying. Yeah, its friend is unconscious, but all it wanted to talk about was an aroma it likes. Yep, nice strong aroma makes the sleepy times go away. That's all I could get out of it. Aroma, sleepy times, go away. Wait, what if it was talking about using some kind of scent? And what if that scent could wake up its friend? That's it, Tim. If we can find the strong aroma that those Pidove were chirping about, maybe it'll wake up their unconscious friend. That's what I'm thinking. It's worth a shot at least. But how are we going to find a scent like that? There might be some Pokemon who haven't evacuated yet. Maybe we can ask them. That reminds me, listen up, Tim. If you're having trouble during an investigation, you can call out to me anytime. I can give you advice discreetly so no one else notices. Of course, you can also just mull things over on your own. But if you get stuck, it might be a good idea to take a break or retrace your steps. That's important too. You can press the plus button during gameplay to open the submenu. In this menu, you can save the game and change your game settings. Okay? You can press the ZL button during gameplay to reread recent conversations. Older conversations eventually disappear, so be careful not to forget what was said. We'll try that. Okay, here we go. Okay, we're gonna check some other different Pokemon. Ooh, let's talk to Xatu, right?
No.
Yep, Xatu stares into the great beyond. Xatu's much bigger than I would think it would be. God, human size. That Xatu. I can never tell what it's staring at or what it might be thinking. But that's the sort of Pokemon who's probably got all kinds of incredible knowledge. I don't know about that, but let's try asking if it knows anything about how to wake up Pidove. Way ahead of you. Hey, Xatu. Can you hear me? Hey. It's not saying anything. I wonder what's wrong. Choo. Oh, it wants peace and quiet while it's sunbathing. It's awfully calm given all the commotion going on. Maybe we should try asking someone else. Let's see. Yes. Aromatisse. Exudes an enchanting aroma. Assuming this is Pokemon we need. Aroma? You're Aromatisse, aren't you? What are these Pidove surrounding you two for? Aroma? Huh. They started flocking to it as soon as it got here. These Pidove have been following Aromatisse around? Coo, coo. You're asking it to make the nice aroma? Coo, coo. Hurry up, make the nice aroma. Aroma, aroma. The Pidove are really getting on its nerves. Seems like these Pidove are all drawn to a scent that Aromatisse emits. Which means Aromatisse might be able to help us wake up the unconscious Pidove. Good thinking, Pikachu. Let's ask if Aromatisse is willing to help us out. Hey there, Aromatisse. We could use some help. Aromatisse. It'll help us out if we can get these Pidove to stop following it around. Fair enough. Let's talk to the Pidove. I just hope they understand us. Okay, talking to the Pidove. Sorry to ask you this, but could you move, somewhere else? Hey, now's not the time to stop and smell the aromas. We're trying to help your friend here. Say, guess what? Pretty soon, Aromatisse is gonna go make a lot of nice aromas right over there. Cool. They're on board with the nice aromas over their plan. So they'll move? Great. Aromatisse should be willing to help us out now, right? Aroma. It's happy to lend a hand now that we got those Pidove to move. Great. Let's take Aromatisse back to the square. Okay, Aromatisse, here's the Pidove. Please help it.
All right.
We did it.
Glad that worked.
Oh,
Pidove's awake. I don't know. Wow, Aromatisse's scent is nice. But it's kind of like a really strong perfume. I don't get why the Pidove like it so much. Coo! Cuckoo! Cuckoo! Glad you're enjoying it. Aroma. Yep, you were a huge help, Aromatisse. Thanks. Excellent work, young detective. That perked Pidove right up. I didn't even consider getting help from the other Pokemon in the area. Oh yeah. Come to think of it, a police officer was calling this big guy Chief. I wonder why. How about you ask him and find out? About you, Mr. Butler. Yes, I'm Will Butler, Chief of the PPB. The PPB? We're an organization dedicated to protecting the Pokemon of Rhyme City. The Pokemon Protection Bureau. So, it's kind of like the police, but focused on Pokemon? I didn't know we had something like that. The Bureau only recently started its official operations. At the moment, we're borrowing office space at the Rhyme City Police Station and cooperating with the police. We were dispatched to provide security, but well, just look at what happened. I can't believe a fiasco this big occurred on my watch. It's honestly an embarrassment. We were formed 2 years ago as a response to the infamous R incident, the case you two solved way back when. Back then, whoops. The human and Pokemon residents of Rhyme City were deeply affected by that. Mayor Myers was so shaken by what occurred, he took it upon himself to create the PPB as a countermeasure. He wanted to make sure crimes involving Pokemon, like the R incident, would never happen again. That's why this organization exists. Isn't keeping the peace the police's job, though? In the past few years, Rhyme City has seen a concerning rise in the number of reported incidents and accidents. The police are struggling to handle so many incidents, including those involving Pokemon. But now the police can protect the human population of Rhyme City, while the PPB protects the Pokemon. By dividing up the work, we can keep everyone safe. Ah, so that's why the PPB was formed. Just what I expect from Rhyme City. Howard really is looking out for us Pokemon, huh? Okay, looks like that's it. By the way, young detective, I was watching your investigation earlier and couldn't help but notice. Were you explaining things to Pikachu? Huh? I have no clue what you're talking about. I don't think Pikachu understands what you're telling him, though. Unless the two of you can. I'm not actually talking to him. It's more like getting advice. No, that's not it. It's... Oh, I get it. You talk to Pikachu to organize your thoughts. Sure. Interesting way to form your deductions if you ask me. Wahaha. Yeah, that's it. Well, we do understand each other, actually. Phew, that was close. I thought he'd caught on to us. Be careful. Usually folks wouldn't believe we could talk to one another. What's next? Okay, there we go. Whoa! Ah! What's going on?
it's back again. Come on, let's chase it down.
Sir!
Oh,
It's Corviknight again. Hey, give me back my hat, would you? The chief went after Corviknight in his patrol car. I bet Corviknight still has my hat. Let's follow it. Eggs. App. Those are Pokemon cries. Sound like they're coming from the direction Corviknight flew off in. Let's go check it out. Which direction? Was it this way or the other way? Can't remember which way he went. It's this way.
oh,
Whoa. Pikachu, look. Well, howdy. You like these apples. They're scattered all over the place. What a mess. Oh, I see Applin. I see him. He's so cute. Lives in an apple. App! It's dangerous here, Applin. You should find somewhere that's safe. App! That's odd. It doesn't seem like it wants to leave. Let's talk to it. What happened here? App. So the wooden crate shook. You got thrown out, and that's when you realized your friend was missing? Can see it right over there, because he's got the 2 leaves. Got separated? Good thinking. How many friends were here with you? App. 2? Okay, got it. About you, Applin. I haven't seen any Applin in this city before. Where'd you come from? The Alila region, I'm guessing? App. Oh, you go to sleep in a wooden crate, and when you wake up, you're always someplace new? So the apple vendor travels to different locations, and this Applin gets carried along. The apple vendor probably doesn't know about this Applin. Apple. Something suddenly shook it awake a moment ago. I'll bet that was Corviknight. Same goes for these crates getting toppled over. I don't see the apple vendor. They must have evacuated the area. Gotta go check that executor. From what Applin said, I think I get what's going on here. But as much as I'd like to go get my hat back for Corviknight, we can't just abandon a Pokemon in need of our help. Yeah, what kind of great detectives would we be if we didn't lend a helping hand or two along the way? Okay, should we investigate the fallen apples over there? I'd be happy to. If there wasn't a tree in the way. Something about it seems odd to me. Maybe we should investigate that first. The tree. It's not a tree. Okay, so we can't investigate because this tree's in the way. What should we do about it? Well, we can't just cut it down. Eggs, eggs, eggs!
Whoa!
Alolan
This
Executor.
tree's an executor!
What? Alolan form, towering tropical Pokemon. Wait, isn't this an Alolan Executor? What's it doing here? I've never seen one before, so I didn't even realize that. What's it doing in Rhyme City? Why don't we ask and get some other questions in while we're at it? We can't investigate until it moves anyway. Hey, Executor, over here. Look down by your feet. Eggs, eggs, eggs. Whoa, don't all talk at once. How about this? Executor, I'll tell you which head should answer. Sound good? Eggs, eggs, eggs. Oops, forgot to say which head. It's about you. You middleest head. Why are you here? Eggs. Guess it's been traveling around with the apple vendor. That explains why it's here in Rhyme City. Now what happened here?
Hey.
You right head, tell me what happened here. Eggs. Corviknight came flying through, and when you tried to dodge it, you bumped into the fruit stand? I knew it. By the way, have you seen a hat? Corviknight took mine. Eggs. Guess it happened too suddenly for you to tell. Oh well. Okay.
Hey,
Left head, we got a favor to ask. Egg. Sorry, but we want to search through those apples scattered behind you. Could you please scooch over a bit? Egg. Nice. Oh good, it moved for us. Now we can investigate the scene. Time to investigate. I already see one. This is where all the apples got scattered around. Let the investigating begin. Remember what we're looking for? The 2 missing applin. That's right, there's a lot of apples here, so try not to overlook them, okay? I see him. He's over here. Found you. Look, an applin. I found one. Ah. Have you been sitting still pretending to be an apple this whole time? That must take a whole lot of patience. App. Huh. Patiently staying still is one of your talents. Impressive. That Corviknight got you wrapped up in quite the mess, though, didn't it? Your friend is waiting for you. It's an apple crate. No sign of applin, though. There are apples everywhere. I don't see any applin. At this point, these apples are only good for making juice or jam or something. I'd still eat 'em, bruises and all. Whoa, we searched pretty thoroughly. I still don't see my hat or the other applin, though. Where could it be? Where could it be now? Oh, did you see something move behind the crate? Let's go check it out. What? No, I didn't notice anything. Try checking again. Maybe something's changed. His hat, yay. My hat. Corviknight dropped it. Could have sworn it wasn't here earlier. Anyway, I'm just glad to have it back.
This was a real pain.
No.
Hey, get back here. The heck?
Hey, quit playing around.
Hey, I'm not playing at all. My hat keeps moving on its own.
That's ridiculous, Pikachu.
Ruh-roh.
See? Told you so.
Executor.
Guess I've gotta go get it.
Guess so.
Climb Executor.
Well, Tim, lift me up.
Okay.
If you say so.
You alright? Don't hurt yourself.
Please, this'll be nothing.
Oh, whoops. Whoops. I didn't realize how to mash it. I was like, oh, just press it once. Okay, I gotta pay attention. Okay, A, B, Y, X. Which one? Give me one more.
I
Good.
got you back.
Uh-oh. Oh no! Come catch him. Pikachu, it's an applin. Ruh-roh. Whoa! Are you okay? Fine and dandy. Nice catch, by the way. Are the applin okay too? Yep, they seem all happy to be reunited. Good, glad they're all right. So, one of them was wearing my hat, huh? Seeing it move on its own really threw me for a loop. I'm sure Corviknight dropped the hat mid-flight, and it just happened to fall on top of Applin. Oh yeah, hey Tim, where's my hat? Don't worry, I've got it. At the end of the day, I'm just glad I didn't lose my hat.
Yeesh, that was a hassle.
Isn't Pikachu just so cute?
That's more like it.
Yeah, you look like yourself again.
Thanks, Tim. Harry gave me this hat to commemorate our partnership.
The award ceremony will resume shortly. We ask that all participants please return to the venue at this time.
I guess we better hurry back.
That darn Corviknight. I'll let it off the hook just this once.
Great work. Thank you. And you as well, Pikachu.
Yep.
I can't say it enough. Rhyme City owes you a debt of gratitude for your efforts. We strive for coexistence between people and Pokemon in our fair city. And you two are the ideal detective duo.
You know it?
On behalf of the city, I am pleased to present you with this medal.
Thank you, Mayor Myers. I'm honored.
Of course, you get one too, Pikachu.
Yeah, I'm the great detective.
Pika Pika to you too, little hero.
I can't understand
Both of
you.
you. Keep up the great work.
Way to go, Tim!
Congratulations, little sister? They always have a little sister. Can't remember. It's been so long since I played the first game. Later that evening, at Tim's apartment.
Tim, I was so proud of you today.
Irene Goodman, Tim's mother. I don't think his mother was in the first one. I don't remember
You're
his mom.
amazing, Tim.
Sophia Goodman, Tim's little sister.
You think so?
Everyone knows all about the amazing work you two have done. There was the Evie abduction case, the fossil stealing spree.
And the Rhine Tower standoff case too. They even made a movie based on the R case.
Yeah, I thought that movie was pretty good, but how come Mom and me didn't even show up in it?
I have no idea, but movies usually do their own thing, don't they?
Yeah, I guess. Oh, by the way, I've been meaning to ask you something. This is Dad's Pikachu, right?
Yeah. He's my partner at the moment, though.
I see.
Whoa, whoa. What's with all the staring?
Yeah, it seems like she has
He
some kind of
saved your
plan.
dad from trouble many times.
Wow.
Oh, Pikachu! The news is about to start. Maybe there's an update on that Corviknight.
Yeah.
Da, da, da. Still staring. Check the TV. Let's go ahead and check. Breaking news. We interrupt your regularly scheduled program to bring you this breaking news. Oh, what's going on?
According to amateur footage we've received from a viewer, Pokemon appear to have caused an explosion. This explosion occurred in the mountain range northeast of Rhyme City. This may be related to the recent uptick in incidents involving Pokemon. Rhyme City Police and the newly established Pokemon Protection Bureau are investigating. Amelia Christie signing off.
Hey, Tim, did you catch that?
I hope that incident doesn't have anything to do with Dad.
Same here.
Mewtwo told me 2 years ago. Dad's alive, and we'll be able to find him as long as we don't give up.
Yeah. Mewtwo is still our only connection to finding Harry.
Whispering to Pikachu, are you?
Oh.
You're just like your father, talking to Pokemon like that.
Oh.
I wonder if his father could also communicate with Pokemon.
It's been 2 years since the R incident. Since then, we've solved all kinds of cases. The mayor even gave us an award for it. I can still talk to Pikachu and understand him. If the two of us keep solving cases together, I'm sure we'll find my dad someday.
Which I don't know if his dad's alive or not, which I don't think he is alive. But in the game, it might be different. Because I know the movie, which I haven't seen the movie, but it kind of gives you some answers. But we'll see if it's different, if the game's different. Whimsicott rides the wind from town to town.
Whoa, that's a lot of Whimsicott.
Sure is. They ride through on seasonal winds every year.
I hear they can be real pranksters.
If they get in a house they like, they scatter cotton everywhere.
Sounds like a pain to clean up.
Yep.
Whimsicott.
The sweet smell of coffee is calling my name.
Ooh, coffee sounds
It's the
good.
perfect Pikachu bait.
Yeah.
You good? Frank Holiday, Rhyme City Police Inspector.
Inspector Holiday, did you finally find my dad?
Sorry,
Well,
no. I'm here on a different case. We've received reports of a jewel theft. Could you lend me a hand with this one?
why, of course.
Of course.
The incident occurred at the dentist residence, the mansion down the street. Sorry, but Brad is waiting for me. I'll go ahead and meet up with you there.
for my coffee.
Okay, let's go, Pikachu. Wait a second, Tim. What for? There's no need to rush. You've gotta be calm and unhurried if you want to do your best investigating. Yeah, I guess that's true. Pikachu's a real talkative Pokemon. You see this Pikachu icon in the lower left corner of the screen? You can press the right button to chat with him. Sometimes Pikachu will try to get your attention, and a Pikachu icon will bounce to let you know he wants to talk. See this icon bouncing, press the right button to hear what Pikachu has to say. Okay?
Tim. Look, I know we need to hurry, but would it really hurt if we relaxed a bit? For instance... Oh, here's a good idea. You could listen to some sage advice from a great detective like me. Okay.
Oh, but Holiday's waiting. We better go join him. Okay. Let's go. Makes me one there. And needy. Oh, cool. Slowpoke little. I'll check this out. Something shining in the fountain. What could it be? Ooh, let's check. Ooh, Inkay. A little jump scare. So cute. Inkay. Whoa, I knew I saw something. It was a Pokemon? That's an Inkay, Tim. It lights up in spots to communicate with friends. Never figured it used those lights to lure someone in close enough for a prank. Yeah, it definitely surprised me. Inkay, Inkay. Hey, Inkay, maybe go easy on the jump scares, okay? If I remember, I think when I evolved Inkay, when you evolve Inkay on the Pokemon Sword and Shield, I think you have to, like, you put the switch upside down and stuff. I don't know, but it was pretty cool. Great job, Maractus. Your dancing is so cute. From the top. 1, 2, 1, 2. Raka raka. Little snack. Okay, here it is.
Tim!
I appreciate you coming on such short notice, Tim. This way, the crime took place at the dentist residence up ahead. Walk so slow. Gotta go. Okay. Time to solve a crime. Ooh! Pretty big.
Well, if it isn't the great detectives.
Let's see, who's this guy? Brad McMaster, police lieutenant. I think he was in the last game, because I remember the Miniatric. Yeah, I remember the Miniatric. Dedicated to law and order. So I think he was in the last game. You're like rival. It's been a while, Brad. I see you're on the case too. I suppose that means you are as well. You private detectives do love sticking your noses into every little thing. If Mr. Dennis hadn't requested you personally, I'd be asking you to leave right now. Yep, he's still a jerk. Think he's still holding a grudge from that time we showed him up? Midday. He says no funny business. Sheesh, no wonder you two are partners. That's enough, Brad. We're going to be conducting this investigation together. This is the scene of the crime, right? Yes, this mansion belongs to Sanjeev Dennis, a jeweler. Dennis residence. Mr. Dennis is one of the wealthiest men in Rhyme City. Under normal circumstances, a civilian like yourself would never have the opportunity to meet him. Make sure you don't do anything to offend him. Oh, and don't get in the way of our investigation either. He's just gotta get a dig in somewhere, doesn't he? Okay, Tim, come inside. The missing jewel. MJ. So I guess Miniatric is the police dog. Growling. So cute.
I see.
Alright, Tim. Mr. Dennis is waiting for you in the room to the right. Thanks, Inspector Holiday. Let's go talk to him. What do we got here?
Oh, Tim, I've been waiting for you.
Sanjeev Dennis, jeweler. Growlith, guard at the Dennis residence. He seems so sad. My name is Sanjeev Dennis. I'm a jeweler, and this is my partner, Growlithe. Growl. I'm Detective Tim Goodman, and this is my partner, Pikachu. Sorry to jump right into it, but could you please tell us what you know about the incident? About the crime that took place. A precious jewel was stolen while I was out of the house. It's called the Aurora Drop, and it's a very rare jewel indeed. The Aurora Drop. What a mysterious name, magical even. The thief injured one of my staff members and made off with the jewel. I wonder why it's orange. Is that important information? Yep, noted testimony. Nice. Thankfully, my staff member's injuries were minor, and yet... something sticking out to you is odd? Well, the police are treating my trusted butler as the prime suspect. Well, the butler always is the one who does it. It's always the butler. They think the butler did it? Could you tell me a bit more about the stolen jewel? It looks like this. Ooh, pretty. Most gemstones must first be cut and polished into beautiful jewels, but the Aurora Drop is said to have naturally formed into its shape. The way it shines looks a bit like an aura. Yes, that's precisely how it's got its name. The Aurora Drop has been the subject of many a tale, but it was thought to be nothing more than fiction. Even among us jewelers, for the longest time we called it the Jewel of Legend. Wow, he wasn't kidding when he called it precious. Guess it's no surprise that someone wanted to steal it. It definitely sounds valuable. Where were you displaying it? I kept it securely locked within a special reinforced case inside my jewel storage room. There are locks on both the storage room door and the reinforced case. And yet, despite all that security, it still got stolen. About your trusted butler. You mentioned that the police already have a suspect. Yes, they believe that the thief is my own trusted butler, Barnes. Why do they think that? Because Barnes and I are the only people who can access the key to the storage room. What's keeping someone else from getting to it? The key is always kept around Growlithe's neck. If anyone but Barnes or himself attempted to take it from her, Growlithe would start barking. My Growlithe is a very loyal Pokemon. She would never allow the key to be taken by a stranger. I don't see a key around Growlithe's neck right now. The police think Barnes took it. That would certainly make sense, assuming Barnes really is the culprit. Mr. Dennis, if possible, I'd like to talk with Barnes. He's currently being questioned by the police. But you don't believe Barnes is a thief, is that correct? I've known Barnes since we were young. He's worked in this home for years and has always served us well. I'm certain that he'd never steal from me. And I couldn't possibly imagine him hurting anyone. So, you're saying Barnes didn't do it, and the real culprit is still at large? That's right. Someone else must have stolen the jewel. Please help me prove that Barnes is innocent. Ah, so that's why he called us here, to clear his butler's name. We'll talk to Barnes later. So, finding the Aurora Drop and clearing Barnes of suspicion. Those are the two things you called us here to do? Could you please? You're the only ones I can count on. Our job is to investigate the case and reveal the truth. We won't know if Barnes is truly innocent until we look into this more. Yeah, the police must at least have some reason to suspect him. But we'll do the best we can. But we'll do what we can. If that's acceptable to you, we'll take the case. That's more than acceptable. Thank you, Tim. Great. In that case, may I start investigating the scene of the crime? Of course. The jewel storage room is just upstairs. I know you won't let me down. Wait a second, Tim. There's something I want to try, starting with this case. Something you want to try? Yeah, a case notebook, the writers. For Detective Journal, swear by it. Detective Journal, that's the magazine you're always reading, right? Yeah, that's the one. They researched the most efficient way for detectives to organize their case notes. The solution they came up with was a case notebook. Sounds intriguing. How does it work? I'm getting to that. First, open up your notebook. Press the X button, okay? How was the jewel stolen? First, let's write in the notebook any burning questions that arise while we're investigating. We'll summarize the testimony and evidence that we've gathered during our investigation on the page below. Aurora Drop is Mr. Dennis's prized jewel. Someone has stolen it. After we've collected enough testimonies and evidence, the begin deducing option will appear. When you select this, we can start deducing the answers to our questions. We don't have enough testimonies or evidence right now, but once we do, we'll be able to start deducing. Cool. I guess actually using the notebook is the best approach. So, Tim, what do we have to do right now? We have to collect testimonies and evidence to figure out how the jewel was stolen. To do that, we first have to investigate the scene of the crime. That's right, let's go check out the jewel storage room. Okay, let's close it. Go to the jewel storage room on the 2nd floor. Got it. Okay, let's see. Is it this one? Let's talk to the cop first. This room is currently being searched by the police. Okay, I guess maybe not that one. Let's see. Looks like cauliflower on the floor. What is that? This is the jewel storage room, the scene of the crime. Okay, let's check. The jewel storage room has been left exactly as it was at the time of the incident. Inspector Holliday's already filled me in. Please go right ahead.
Yes.
Thank you. It's like what? I guess that stuff's hair? From some Pokemon? Interesting. There's the... What is it, Pikachu? I checked out the door, but there are no signs of forced entry. Well, because you got the key. From Growlithe. Then we can be fairly certain that the thief used a key to get in. Well, yes, we already know that. According to Dennis, this room's where the Aurora Drop used to be. Let's take a closer look. Search for clues. Okay. What a beautiful jewel. So clear and sparkly. Absolutely brilliant. See? This area looks more disturbed than the rest. Let's start investigating. We might find a clue. Alright, don't let any details slip past you, Tim.
Let me see.
Where should we look first? Let's see, there's the top of the glass. I think this hair is very interesting. There's a feather. Here's a blue feather. Do you think the Pokemon it belonged to was in this room? Maybe it's from a Pokemon that lives in the mansion. Let's look into that later. Okay, so that's been checked. Let's go back. Okay, check here. That looks like part of the jewel case. Based on the shape, do you think the top half of the case was cut off? Yeah, it looks that way. It's a really clean cut. So must use some like blade or something, I don't know. Slicing it must have taken one seriously sharp blade. I doubt a human could pull that off. Let's see, there's that one sword Pokemon. Let's see. There's some cotton on the ground. It looks really fluffy and soft. Some cotton. So like a mareep? What is a bunch of cotton doing here? Okay, check here. Zoom in. This is the only case that's damaged. Must be where they kept the Aurora Drop. The edge looks like it was sliced clean with a blade. What kind of blade could slice this clean through such a sturdy jewel case? Okay, there's Aegislash, that's his name. Let's see, anything else around here? No? Is that it? Anything else? The base of the jewel case is firmly fixed to the floor. Yeah, moving the base doesn't even look possible. Okay. Anything else? Checked. Oh, let's look. There. Okay.
Hey, Tim.
Is he dancing? What is
Check
he
it
doing?
out. Looks good, huh? Disguises are a key part of detective work, you know.
You know where that came from.
Whatever. Now quit goofing off and investigate.
He clearly doesn't appreciate my art. Perhaps I need to give him a little more training.
Okay, so everything. Do I need to check this again? Is there anything else? Oh, the key? There we go, there we go. The jewel case is still locked. Okay, so they didn't have the key to that to open it. That's why they sliced it. Like Dennis said, the jewel in this case was stored under lock and key. And the key to the case is a different key than the one to the jewel storage room door. I wonder who has the key then? Great question. I don't see anything else here worth investigating. Okay. Looks like we're good to go back.
Okay,
Open the case notebook and start deducing. Okay. Let's see, let me talk to him real quick. We've got everything we need to make our deductions. Let's solve this puzzle. Yes.
Okay.
You've probably figured out how the culprit stole the jewelry by now. Alright, so let's begin deducing in your case notebook. Okay?
Okay.
We have a few plausible theories. What do you think is right? How was the jewel stolen? He definitely cut open the case and stole the jewelry.
Okay.
Good. From what we've seen of the crime scene, we can tell that the jewel case was sliced open. After that, the Aurora drop was removed from the case and taken away. Alright, and we saw that the jewel case was still locked, which supports that claim. We still need to investigate more to determine how the case was sliced open. But at least now we know how the thief got their hands on the Aurora drop. Yeah, we've made our first step forward. The culprit appears to cut the case open and taken the jewel. You understand how to use the case notebook now? Yep, once I've got some evidence, I'll start deducing. Feel free to start deducing whenever you feel like it. Okay. Guess we'll go back. After investigating the scene, we now know how the crime was carried out. We can be certain that the culprit sliced open the case and took the jewel from inside. But there's just one thing that's strange. Oh, yeah? Yeah, think, Tim. What's strange about the way the crime was committed? The jewel was stored in this room. Glass was cut. The door wasn't. The room door was locked. It was not. So the glass was cut, but the door wasn't. Right?
Oh.
The door to the storage room was open with a key, but the jewel case was still locked when it was sliced apart. That's right. So that means the thief only had one of the keys, the one to the storage room. They didn't have the keys to the jewel case. According to Mr. Dennis, only he and Barnes can access the jewel storage room. I understand why the police suspect Barnes, but I'm not so sure. Obviously, it'd be best if we could talk to Barnes ourselves, but he's still being questioned. We need to ask Mr. Dennis about the lock on the jewel case. Right. After we wrap up here, let's go ask him. How's the investigation going, Tim? Oh, Mr. Dennis. Sorry, I couldn't just stand waiting around. Have you discovered anything? It does appear that the culprit used the storage room key to gain entry. We believe they then cut open the jewel case and took the Aurora drop. Is that so? I suppose that doesn't help Barnes much, since he has access to the key. Excuse me. I have a question for you, Mr. Dennis. Who has the key to the jewel case? I have it right here. I always carry the key to the jewel case on my person. I've known Barnes a very long time, but I still won't give him this key. Okay, so he doesn't have that key. Interesting. The security of the jewel case is my personal responsibility. Got it. So both Barnes and Dennis can access the key to the jewel storage room, but only Mr. Dennis has access to the key to the jewel case itself. That's valuable information, Mr. Dennis. Thank you. Really? I thought I might be getting in the way, but I'm glad to hear I could help. The Aurora drop is meant to become a symbol of revival for Rhyme City. Anyway, I'm counting on you, Tim. Symbol of revival? Let's ask Dennis about that later. Barnes the culprit. The thief cut open the case to steal the jewel, but they had the key to get into the storage room. And the only people who have access to that key are Dennis and Barnes, so it makes sense that the police would suspect Barnes. If the key hadn't been used to unlock the storage room, Barnes wouldn't be under suspicion in the first place. Why would he do that knowing people would suspect him? Maybe he didn't think that far ahead. In any case, based on what we found at the scene of the crime, we can't be certain of anything just yet. Nope. We need to talk to Barnes and the other people in the mansion and hear what they have to say. Not just the people, the Pokemon too. I'll interpret for you when we talk to them. Alright, I'm counting on you, Pikachu. Okay, now that we've got our next steps figured out, let's start interviewing everyone right away. Okay, so should we begin deducing? Should we start that already?
Okay.
Alright, we've got some useful information. Let's stop for a moment and get our thoughts together. Based on everything we heard, is there anything that suggests Barnes is innocent? Let's review the information we gathered and see what we come up with. Barnes doesn't seem like he would betray Mr. Dennis. Uh-oh, shoot. Oh, sorry, I forgot to read it. Of course Dennis thinks Barnes didn't do it. No one wants to believe that the person closest to them would commit a crime. I thought there wasn't supposed to be deducing yet, but... Our job is to find something that actually proves that Barnes isn't the culprit.
Whoa!
I don't think we have enough information yet. Is there something we forgot to ask about? Let's go conduct more interviews. See, that's what I thought. Okay, come on. Alright, we've got some useful information. Let's stop for a moment and get our thoughts together. Okay, I need to back out. Okay. There we go. Interview people first. That's what I thought. Hey, Tim, there's something on the floor by the window. Should we check it out? Okay, well, let's go. Near the window? This window? What window? Okay, maybe outside. There we go. Another feather. Blue feather. I'm trying to think of a Pokemon that has a long blue feather. What's all this? Pokemon feathers? Oh, it's a pretty feather, too. Sure looks like it. They're scattered all over the floor, and the window's open. Maybe a Pokemon got in or out through here? Do you think it has anything to do with this case? Why not? Look at this. One of the feathers is darker than the others. You're right. The other 6 are a lighter shade of blue. Something about that is nagging at me. Why wasn't he over here? Let's see. So there's that. Review the people and Pokemon in the mansion. Okay, let's go downstairs. See who we got to talk to. Let's see. Oh, who's this? This is the butler.
Hello there, Detective Tim. Oh, I mean, Detective Goodman?
Larry Turner, newest staff member of the Dennis residence. He's new. Suspicious. Wait, you are the detective, right? That's what Mr. Dennis said, at least. The name's... Wait, that's not proper enough. Sorry. My name is Larry Turner, and I'm a member of the house staff. House staff. Seems in over his head. If you need anything, just let me know. I mean, please inform me if... You really don't have to be so formal with us. Thanks, that's a huge relief. I got this job a while ago, but I'm still not used to talking all fancy. Uh-oh, is that a problem? Well, it's a good thing for me that Barnes deals with all the important guests. My main duties are taking care of the Pokemon, managing the house, and groundskeeping. And I can handle all that no problem. I don't know, this guy isn't exactly filling me with confidence in his ability to do his job. Anyway, you wanted to ask about what happened, right? I mean, I already told the police everything I know. I'm really sorry for taking up more of your time. Oh, sorry, that's not what I meant. I'm not complaining or anything. It's just that I don't remember what happened very well. Something attacked me out of nowhere and I blacked out. Something attacked him? So not the thief then? Can you please tell us more about that, Mr. Turner? Sure, no problem. Let's see about the crime that took place. Right, so where to start? I was just doing my job like normal today. I've made food for the Pokemon, did some cleaning around the mansion, that sort of thing. I think I was tidying the garden when it happened. I saw Ducklet fly out a second-story window. Well, that must be that feather. As I recall, I wondered where she was going. I mean, usually Ducklet just walks out the front door. It seemed weird to me, so I went upstairs to see what was going on. That's when I saw that the door to the jewel storage room was wide open. As if that wasn't shocking enough, the moment I went to look inside, I suddenly got punched by a Pokemon. Punched, interesting. The next thing I knew, I was lying on a sofa and someone was treating my wounds. A Pokemon punched you? Yeah, I feel like I glimpsed a small red figure for just a moment. Based on the size, it couldn't have been human, so I'm guessing it was a Pokemon. A red Pokemon. Do you know what kind it was? I'm not really sure. It happened so fast. I see. I'm so sorry that happened to you. But I'm glad you weren't seriously hurt. Ha ha ha, that's what the doctor said too. No Pokemon would want to steal the Aurora Drop. How do you know? It's possible that the culprit ordered their partner Pokemon to swipe the jewel and punch out Turner. So Tim, now that you've heard Turner's story, what do you think? We need to find the ducklet that flew out the window and that red Pokemon too. Yep, you got it. Okay, about the culprit.
Excuse me.
Did you see anything else when the Pokemon attacked you? The thief who brought the Pokemon along was probably nearby. Unfortunately, that's all I saw. I see. Can you think of any other details that might give us a clue about the culprit? Nothing in particular comes to mind. I mean, Mr. Dennis is such a nice person. I've never heard of anyone holding a grudge against him. And I was really surprised to hear that Barnes is a suspect. You don't think Barnes is responsible? I guess the police must have some reason to suspect him. But honestly, I just can't believe it. Barnes is still showing me the ropes around here. He's a great coworker with tons of experience. I mean, if you'd known Barnes before all this, you could never even imagine him being a thief. Now the Aurora Drop.
Excuse me.
Do you know anything about the stolen jewel? The Aurora Drop? I've never even seen the thing. It's been shut up in that storage room ever since it was brought to the house. Of course, I know it's valuable and all. I assume that's what's been causing all the arguments between Mr. and Mrs. Dennis lately. What sort of arguments? In case you haven't heard, Mr. Dennis says he's going to donate the Aurora Drop. Seems like Mrs. Dennis is against the plan. They've been fighting about it almost nightly. Every night? It must really be a point of contention. I guess Mrs. Dennis just doesn't want to give up such a valuable jewel. So the Aurora Drop's been driving a wedge between husband and wife, eh? Okay, so we got him. Is this the wife? I don't know.
Yes. You certainly don't look like you're with the police. State your business.
Yep, I knew it. We're detectives. Mr. Dennis asked us to investigate the incident that occurred here. Detectives? Oh, I suppose my husband did say something about that. Your husband? That must mean you're Claudia Dennis, Gengiv's wife. I am sorry to bother you, but do you mind if we ask you some questions? I do mind, actually. I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. The case has already been solved. Excuse me, lady? No, it has not. What do you mean? The police said that Barnes is behind all this, so the matter's settled. We've heard that he's under suspicion, yes, but we can't be certain it was Barnes who committed the crime. You sound just like my husband. But nothing you say will change the fact that Barnes is the culprit. Barnes's partner Ducklet was up to no good. I saw it with my own eyes. Interesting. Did you witness the crime? Barnes's partner Ducklet was involved in the crime. You look as though you don't believe me. Okay, lots of questions about what you witnessed.
Excuse me?
Is it true that you witnessed the crime? Well, I didn't exactly see it clearly, so you didn't see it. But I did witness some irrefutable proof. What exactly did you see? At the time of the incident, I was enjoying a cup of tea in my room on the second floor. Just then, I noticed a bird Pokemon flying outside the window. A bird Pokemon? Yes, I clearly saw a bluebird Pokemon. It had to have been Ducklet. We did find blue feathers near the window and in the storage room. So those were Ducklets? In hindsight, she was obviously stealing the jewel, if you say so. I also heard a faint sound just before that, like something metallic. A metallic sound? Do you know what could have made that noise? No, I don't, but the storage room was ransacked, wasn't it? I suppose she must have broken something in the act. And I've heard it confirmed that Ducklet's feathers were found in the room. Isn't that proof enough that Barnes is the culprit? She's pretty darn convinced of her own theory. But all it's based on is a metallic sound and the sight of a flying blue bird Pokemon. Pretty flimsy, if you ask me. Yeah, I'm sorry, Mrs. Dennis, but that information alone isn't enough to definitively prove Barnes is the culprit. Then hurry up and find whoever it is and get that jewel back. Is that what my husband hired you for? Whoops. Sigh. I get that she's upset, but she doesn't have to take it out on us. Okay, about Barnes.
Excuse me.
Mr. Dennis seems confident that Barnes is innocent. Oh yes, I'm sure he is. He's always been too trusting. Especially when it comes to Barnes. Those two really trust each other that much. I'm told Barnes has worked here for a very long time. Much longer, in fact, than I've known Sanjeev. I suppose that's why Barnes is always taking my husband's side. What do you mean by that? Whenever my husband and I have a disagreement, Barnes inevitably sides with Sanjeev, even though I'm sure he believes he's being impartial. That lack of self-awareness is yet another one of his many flaws. I get the feeling Claudia's not a huge fan of Barnes. I don't think so. Do you think that's why she's so sure he's the thief? Okay, now Ducklet.
Excuse me.
Can you tell me more about Ducklet, please? Ducklet is Barnes' partner. She dotes on him tirelessly and is always by his side. Put it in our notebook. You mentioned earlier that she might be involved in the crime, so how? Would Ducklet be capable of such a thing? Yes, she even helps Barnes out with his shopping. She'd certainly be capable of making off with a jewel. Well, whether or not Ducklet stole a jewel, the one thing that seems certain is that she really loves Barnes. Okay, now the Aurora Drop.
Yes?
The Aurora Drop is an incredibly valuable jewel. Mr. Dennis told me the same thing. But do you really understand? Can you even comprehend just how valuable it is? How rude. Huh? I knew it. Just look at those blank expressions. Hey, my face always looks like this. As it is, I'm not even sure my husband understands the true value of this jewel. Whoops, again, I pressed the wrong button. After getting his hands on something so precious, why would he want to donate it to Rhyme City? Maybe because he's a good person? So you're against donating the Aurora Drop? Of course I am. Treasures like that aren't meant to be paraded about for the general public. They should be preserved for a quiet observation by a select few. Hard to imagine her quietly doing anything. Okay. Let's see, Cliff Fable. What do you got to say, Cliff Fable? All ears for mansion gossip. What gossip do you have for us? Bad. Oh, it's Cliff Fable, Mrs. Dennis's partner, apparently. Can I ask you a few questions? Hey! Whoa, what gives? No need to be so rude. What's wrong? Seems like she's real suspicious of us. Maybe she's feeling sensitive after the incident here. Okay, so she's not getting to talk to. Whoops. Let's see. Okay, let's go here. Dennis. Ooh, Growlithe. Let's talk to Growlithe. Growl. It's Dennis's partner Growlithe. She sure doesn't look happy. Growl. Apparently she feels responsible no wonder she's so down. Maybe we should leave her alone for a while. Okay, not her. I guess should we talk to him? I don't know if we should talk to him just yet. Another person we can talk to? Let's see. Lieutenant McMaster is currently interviewing Mr. Barnes. I guess it would be too much to ask for us to join in, right? I'm afraid we can't even allow even the great Detective Tim to do that. Police protocol, you understand? Okay, not him yet. Yeah, I guess we can go talk to the guy real quick. Tim, ask me anything you'd like. About the symbol of revival. What makes the Aurora Drop a symbol of revival? 2 years ago during the R incident, my jewel shop suffered considerable damage. Wait, you were a victim of the R incident? Yes, some Pokemon who'd been exposed to R went berserk. Their rampage destroyed my shop, to say nothing of the damage done to my jewels and other goods. By that time, I already had the Aurora Drop. I kept it stored safely in the shop. So was the Aurora Drop damaged too? No, as a matter of fact, it wasn't. Of all the jewels in my shop, the Aurora Drop was the only one to remain unscathed. In fact, debris fell so perfectly around the Aurora Drop that you might believe it was being protected. That's incredible. I guess there's some magic left in the world after all. Ever since then, the Aurora Drop became known as the jewel that survived the R incident. People started visiting my shop just to see it. And thanks to all that attention, my business was able to get back on its feet. Sounds like a valuable jewel, in more ways than one. What made you decide to bring it back to your mansion instead of keeping it at your shop? I decided to donate it to Rhyme City. The Aurora Drop? But why donate something so precious to you? It's not just precious to me, and that's exactly why I decided to donate it. Mayor Myers has done his part in improving our city by declaring the start of Pokemon Friendship Week. I thought it was about time I did mine. So, I wanted to donate the jewel that survived the R incident as a symbol of Rhyme City's revival. I hope that by doing so, I can help liven up not just my shop, but the whole city as well. Oh, Dennis, I'm impressed. That's a wonderful gesture. I'm glad you think so. Not everyone is so pleased about it. Oh? Oh, forget I said anything. I shouldn't burden you with concern over such personal matters. Except that could be the person who stole it. For now, I'm counting on you to find the Aurora Drop as quickly as possible. Understood, we'll do everything we can. Okay? Oh, here we go. Now then, Mr. Barnes, we'll thank you not to leave the mansion until further notice. Understood. Hey, it sounds like the police finished questioning Barnes. Let's go talk to them. Yeah. Let's see, what has he got to say? Brandon Barnes, butler of the Dennis residence. So far the wife is very suspicious. Sigh, how did it come to this? Why are the police so suspicious of me? Excuse me, are you Mr. Barnes? Who might you be? I'm Detective Tim Goodman. Mr. Dennis has hired me to investigate the crime that occurred here. Is that so? Ah, my apologies. I am Brandon Barnes. I work here at the Dennis residence as a butler. Do you mind if we ask you some questions, Mr. Barnes? I realize you must be tired since you were just questioned by the police. Please don't worry about that. If you've been hired by Mr. Dennis, then it is my duty to give you my full cooperation. Thank you. What would you like me to speak about first? Let's see. The time of the incident. I was away when the incident occurred. It wasn't until after I finished my errand and entered the house that I realized something was amiss. I heard Turner cry out from the second floor. When I rushed upstairs, I found him collapsed on the floor in front of the jewel storage room. So that means Barnes was the first witness to arrive at the scene of the crime. Did you see the thief or their partner Pokemon? No, nothing like that. Oh, wait. If Barnes ran up the stairs, you'd think he would have run straight into the thief. If he didn't see anyone, could they have escaped from the second floor? Did you check the storage room? Yes, the door was already opened, and when I looked inside, I saw that the Aurora Drop was gone. I then contacted Mr. Dennis and the police right away. If he's the one that contacted the police, he seems very unlikely to be the one who did it. Is there anyone who can corroborate your whereabouts at the time? Unfortunately not. It was only afterward that Mrs. Dennis came out of her room to see what the commotion was about. And the only others in the house at the time were Growlithe and Clefable. Naturally, no one can take witness statements from Pokemon, so I'm afraid I have no alibi. That's where we come in. The Pokemon that live in this mansion might know something. Yep, thank goodness we have Pikachu. Not the culprit. Mr. Barnes, do you have any idea who the thief might be? Not a clue, I'm afraid. But I do know that Mr. Dennis and I are the only ones who can freely use the key to the jewel storage room. So not even the wife. Growlithe guards the key with constant vigilance. So I imagine it would be very difficult for anyone else to take it away from her. I suppose it's no great wonder that the police suspect me given the circumstances. But I would never do something so senseless. At least this confirms that only those two have access to the key. But really, if it's around Growlithe's neck, really, if anybody knows Growlithe, they can take it from him. Or her. Let's see, about Ducklet.
Yes?
Ducklet is my dear partner Pokemon. Just look at this photo. Oh, she's so cute. That's Ducklet with you there? Yes, isn't she adorable? Just look at her feathers. Simply beautiful. But that's not all. She's also incredibly clever and even helps me out with my work. Oh, excuse me. I'm terribly sorry. I tend to get a bit carried away when I speak about Ducklet. It's really no problem. You mentioned that she helps you with your work. What exactly does she do? Let's see. She runs errands for me, such as buying coffee beans from a local cafe. Oh, she buys coffee beans. Nice. Yes, I love coffee. There's a place nearby called the Hi-Hat Cafe. Perhaps you've heard of it? She regularly goes shopping there by herself. Let's see, does she have an alibi? If that's their go-to cafe, then it's gotta be for the Hi-Hat blend. Guess I shouldn't be surprised that Rhyme City's elites have such refined taste. I asked her to go to the cafe today, in fact, but she hasn't returned yet. Could she have wandered off somewhere? Do you have any idea where Ducklet might be? Unfortunately, no. The feathers found at the scene of the crime are Ducklet's, right? Yes, no question about it. But I haven't the faintest idea why Ducklet's feathers would be there. Just the thought of her getting caught up in the crime somehow. I'm so worried I can hardly think straight. Now the Aurora Drop. Out of all the jewels in Mr. Dennis's collection, he considers the Aurora Drop to be his most precious. He worked tirelessly to acquire it in the first place. You might even say that the Aurora Drop is the physical manifestation, the crystallization, of Mr. Dennis's career as a jeweler. I wish nothing but swift retribution on the thief who stole it from him. For someone who speaks so formally, Barnes is a pretty passionate guy, isn't he? Please, Tim, find the Aurora Drop, I beg you. Don't worry, sir, we're on the case. Okay?
Well...
Based on Barnes' testimony, I'm really not surprised the police suspect him. Yeah, if only there was another witness at least. About that, aren't you forgetting something, Tim? Huh? Barnes told us that Growlithe and Clefable were in the mansion at the time of the incident, remember? Oh, right, maybe the Pokemon saw something. Exactly, you can leave the rest to me. Let's go question them. Perfect. Okay, let's do Growlithe. Hey, Growlithe, sorry to bug you when you're already feeling down, but would it be alright if we asked you some questions? Growl. We're here to catch the thief, and we need your help to do that. Gow. You're willing to talk to us if it'll help Sanji? Thanks. Sanji? Growlithe's nickname for Dennis, near as I can tell. Oh, right, his full name is Sanjeev Dennis, so I guess Sanji makes sense. Anyway, Growlithe, can we start with the questions? About you, Growlithe. Growl. Gotcha. As Dennis's partner, it's your job to guard the mansion. And we already know the key to the jewelage storage room was around your neck. Yeah. It's important to Dennis, so guarding it is important to you. Makes sense. Gow gow. She says she'd never let anyone other than Dennis or Barnes even touch the key. Gow. So that's why you feel extra responsible for what happened, huh? She's really got a strong sense of responsibility. Don't worry, the two of us are gonna crack this case. Okay, at the time of the incident. Do you remember anything about the time of the incident? Gow. You don't know because you were napping? Was asleep? What, your breakfast was so tasty that you ate too much and it made you sleepy? Who made the breakfast? Have been there, believe me. What are you even talking about? Gow gow. You woke up when Barnes got home. That would have been right before all the commotion happened. And when you woke up, your precious key was gone? Growl. Yeah, I can tell you're upset. He'll do whatever it takes to help us catch the thief. Thanks. We'll come ask for an assist if anything comes up. Now about Barnes. Gow gow. She says Barnes is a kind and well-mannered person. He and Dennis are close, and she's never seen them fighting or arguing. Mr. Dennis really does seem to trust Barnes after all. Gow gow. And Growlithe likes Barnes too. Judging from what Growlithe says, it's hard to think of Barnes as a likely culprit. Okay. There wasn't anything in Growlithe's testimony that could help us prove Barnes' innocence. Only one left to ask is Clefable. I'll do what I can to get Clefable talking to us. Thanks, Pikachu. Let's see. Will she tell? Hey! What, you think we're thieves returning to the scene of the crime? You got it all wrong. We're not here to steal anything. We're actually great detectives looking to catch the thief. Please, can you answer some questions? Faye? Yes, really. Come on, you can trust us. Faye? Yeah. Help us out, and I'm sure Claudia's bad mood will clear up too. Faye. So, you're willing to talk to us? Thanks. Guess Clefable was worried we'd do something bad to Mrs. Dennis. See about you, Clefable.
Hey.
Do you have a job here at the mansion? Faye. Ah, no job per se, unless you count spending time with Claudia. Isn't it tough hanging out with someone so prickly? Faye. Claudia's not a bad person, you say? Sorry, didn't mean to be insulting. Faye, Faye, Faye. Uh-huh, so Claudia's always arguing with someone or other. But when it's just you and her together, she starts to regret the whole thing? Ah, I get it now. Your job is to cheer her up when she gets into arguments. Wow, you're actually pretty nice. I bet Clefable's really important to Mrs. Dennis. Time of the incident. Did anything strange happen today? Faye. Clefable's saying she got real sleepy while playing in the mansion this morning. Suspicious. They were both sleepy. Faye. Then she dozed off and doesn't know what happened after that. So what it seems like somebody put something in the Pokemon's food. That's too bad. Now about Barnes. What do you think of Barnes? Do you get along with him alright? Faye. Claudia doesn't like Barnes, so Clefable tries not to have much to do with him. Faye. But she doesn't think Barnes is a bad person. After all, she says, Barnes ran to help Turner when he got hurt. Excuse me. Wait, does that mean Clefable saw Barnes going upstairs to help Turner? Yeah, I got it. It's got it. Clefable, what else can you tell us? Faye. Clefable was dozing near the front door this morning. When Barnes got home from doing stuff outside, she woke up and greeted him at the door. Faye. Then, Clefable and Barnes heard Turner cry out on the second floor, so they both went running upstairs. Okay, some noted testimony in our notebook. And that's when, to their surprise, they found Turner on the floor. That means when Turner was attacked, Barnes was still on the first floor. Okay, so it was not
Let's start deducing.
Barnes. Okay, so let's start deducing. Let's see. Okay, begin interviewing the people in the Pokemon. Okay. Alright, we've got some useful information. Let's stop for a moment and get our thoughts together. Based on everything we heard, is there anything that suggests Barnes is innocent? Let's review the information we gathered and see what we come up with. So it seems like this one. He returned to the mansion after the crime had occurred. When Barnes returned to the mansion, both he and Clefable heard Larry Turner cry out, so it's highly unlikely Barnes committed the crime. Yes, because, yeah.
Okay.
Good. We learned that Clefable greeted Barnes when he returned to the mansion. And Growlithe said she woke up at exactly the same time. Barnes and the others only became aware of the crime after that. Doesn't that mean Barnes couldn't be the culprit? Barnes was on the first floor when Turner was attacked. That would have made it very difficult for Barnes to steal the jewel. I'm not sure we can prove Barnes' innocence with that alone. Yeah, we can't exactly disclose that testimony came from Pokemon. No one would believe us. It looks like we're gonna need other evidence to prove his innocence. Okay, nice. Barnes has an alibi. Now, how can we prove Barnes' innocence? We can't lift the suspicion around Barnes with Clefable's testimony alone. I think we're gonna need some other kind of evidence to prove his innocence. But where should we look for it? Nothing immediately comes to mind. Times like this, it's best to try investigating other leads. We might find a thread somewhere unexpected that leads us back to this. Okay, now where's the red Pokemon? Okay. To get close to the truth of this case, we've got no choice but to find the Pokemon that witnesses saw. Witnesses reported seeing a red Pokemon and Ducklet. I wonder if the Pokemon that cut open the jewel case is the culprit's partner. Let's see, a red Pokemon that is red, but also can cut open a case. It makes sense to think that, but no such human was seen by witnesses. Having said that, though, we might learn something if we can find the red Pokemon. Let's head into the city and get some leads on that red Pokemon. I'm sure we'll be able to figure out what Pokemon it actually is. Now, where did Ducklet go? At this point, it seems pretty unlikely that Barnes is the culprit. But then, why did Ducklet leave from the second floor window? Seems unlikely that it's got nothing to do with this jewel theft. Finding Ducklet would be the quickest way to confirm that. Good call. Let's head into the city and look for her. Okay, I do not want to begin to do so. Don't do that yet. Looks like the only way to continue our investigation is to gather info in the city. But where should we go? Should we go after Ducklet or search for the red Pokemon? If you're unsure, why don't we try following Ducklet? I think we have a better lead to go on for that than the red Pokemon. Some say the same thing. Oh, right, we did hear that Ducklet was supposed to go buy coffee beans today. I'll bet you she went to the High Hat Cafe. You're right, we should probably go search the cafe. And get some coffee too. Let's not waste any time, Tim. Okay, let's go outside. And drink some coffee. Okay, oh. What's going on? Lillipup partner. Huh, you mean you won't help me? I understand how you feel, ma'am, but we're in the middle of an investigation right now. Yes, but what should I do? Gosh, another case. Looks like that woman has a problem. Sure does. I doubt it has anything to do with our case, but it's hard not to want to help someone who's in trouble. That's the spirit, Tim. If we see a person or a Pokemon with a problem, let's do what we can to help them. That's what makes us this city's great detectives. But we do need to prioritize our current case. This is something we can help with when we have time. Right, let's first hear what she has to say. Good idea. Okay, local concerns, so I guess they had to have side quests. During your investigation, people and Pokemon may request you help solving their problems. These people and Pokemon have a blue speech bubble. If you see them, try talking to them. Local concerns that you agree to help with are added to the list. Cool. You can check this list at any time by pressing the Y button. Keep in mind some of these requests aren't necessarily problems in the strictest sense. Okay, interesting. Excuse me, may I ask what's wrong? My Lillipup's gone missing. Oh no, what happened? We were taking a walk together in Serenity Park. I guess Lillipup must have been having too much fun. He got so worked up, he took off like a rocket. I've been searching all over for him, and now I'm exhausted. That police officer won't look into it for me either. I don't know what to do. We can't just ignore this. That's right. Helping people is a detective's job, and finding lost Pokemon even more so. We'd like to help you, ma'am. We're detectives, so we're pretty good at looking for lost people and Pokemon, if you didn't know. Really, that would be a huge help. Can you think of anywhere your Lillipup might have gone? Well, I've already searched the park pretty thoroughly, but I haven't looked for him in the city yet. Oh, also, my Lillipup likes quiet places, but I'm not sure there are any places like that around here. I think that's enough information for us to go on. Please wait here while we search for him. I'm so sorry to add to your workload when you already look so busy, but thank you. I hope you find my sweet Lillipup. If we see a Lillipup during our investigation, we should talk to it. Okay, local concern accepted. Find the lost Lillipup. He loves to go for walks. When his partner took him outside, he suddenly ran off. Help look for Lillipup. Got it. Okay, cool. Let's see. Okay, that's it on that. Let's see. Okay, Fountain Plaza's that way. Let's see if there's anything this way to go to. Because I know Fountain Plaza should be where the... Ooh, the Whimsicott. I think that's where the con came from. Let's actually talk to them real quick. Whimsy? Cott. They seem happy. What are they talking about? They're saying that no matter how many times they visit this city, it's always bustling and full of fun. Do you suppose they witnessed anything? We can certainly ask. Let's see. About the cotton. Here we go. Is this cotton yours? Win-win. Yeah, the Whimsicott says it's theirs. Nice. Okay. We actually found this in Mr. Dennis's mansion. I don't suppose you've been in there, Whimsy? Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. Come on, you gotta remember at least that much. Whimsy. Oh, this one does remember. What did it say? It thinks it remembers going into the mansion while playing with its friends. It thinks so? That's not a very clear answer. Yeah, let's ask for more details. Let's see. How did you get to the Dennis residence? You said you might have been in the mansion, but how'd you get inside? When? You went in through the window with your friends. Why would you do that? Whimsy. You don't remember anything after eating breakfast this morning? What the heck does that mean? Please, it's really important. Just try to remember. Whimsy. Some human you don't know asked you to do it? Ooh, interesting. Hello. What was this stranger like? Whimsy. You don't remember because it was someone you've never seen before? Huh. Now look here, you might be an accessory to theft. Caught? You have no idea what I'm talking about, do you? You think the Whimsicott may have been unknowingly involved in the crime? Seems like it. If they were, they're blissfully ignorant of it. After all, playing pranks is kind of their whole deal. This complicates things. Okay, let's see. Ask about them. I don't suppose they've seen Ducklet around, have they? Whimsy. Okay, I get it. You didn't see her. Whimsy. They didn't see her. I wonder where she went. Let's see if they know anything about the red Pokemon.
Hey.
Have you two seen any red Pokemon around here? Oh, Pawniard is red? Ooh. And you've recently become friends with one? Pawniard? It's a Pokemon with blades all over its body. That seems very likely. And it's true that Pawniard's pretty red. You often run into Pawniard at the Terrace in Serenity Park? And on windy days you play with Pawniard by picking it up and flying it around? They said they like to fly Pawniard all the way here from Serenity Park. Serenity Park is the big park just beyond here, right? Yeah, and the Terrace is way over on the far side. Maybe we can find Pawniard there. Do you remember when you last played with Pawniard? Whimsy? Oh, lately you've been playing together every day? Even today? In that case, we might be able to find it there now. If we go meet Pawniard, we should be careful about how we treat his favorite rock. It has a favorite rock. Apparently there's a rock at the Terrace that Pawniard really cares about. One time they accidentally stepped on it and then Pawniard got mad, real mad. Wow, that's scary. We'd better watch where we step. Okay, and last, I don't know if this will give us anything. Oh, you ride on seasonal winds that take you all over the world? The city seems even livelier than usual whenever the Whimsicott arrive. Whimsy. Ah, okay, soon you'll be leaving the city to travel somewhere else. Whim. Oh, you like coming here every year because you can meet so many different Pokemon? Oh, I'm happy to hear that. Okay, cool. You suppose Pawniard is the red Pokemon we've been looking for? Apparently it's good friends with the Whimsicott that went to the mansion. So it seems pretty likely. It'll probably be the fastest just to go meet it and ask. But we still have to track down Ducklet. Should we look for Ducklet or Pawniard first? Either it's fine by me. Thanks, Pikachu. Okay, let's see, let's talk to Pidove. But isn't Pidove? Glad you're feeling better now. Who am I? What do you mean? I just rescued you a little while ago. Who? It's forgotten the whole thing. Well, Pidove are known for their forgetfulness. Okay, that's it. Okay, so this way can. Oh. Okay, is this to the park? Oh well. Not gonna get an option. Okay. The park. So Pawniard's here. But if we want to find Ducklet first, this place is huge. That's Serenity Park for you. Whimsicott said Pawniard hangs out around here. And the Terrace is their usual meetup spot. Shall we go look? Let's see. I think I want to look for Ducklet first, though. So I'm going to go back and try the coffee shop. Go, go, go. Okay, let's see. Oh. I don't remember this Pokemon being there before. Let's talk to him. Watch out. Self-appointed city patrol. What are you up to, Chog? Watchog's hobby is observing things around the city. In that case, maybe it's something useful. Can't hurt to ask. Okay, about Ducklet. What, really? What's it saying? You gotta tell me too. Right, sorry. It says it saw Ducklet pass by here. Oh, hopeful. If she passed by here, she was probably on her way to the cafe after all. See the red Pokemon? Excuse me. There's so many red Pokemon, you don't know which one we mean? Good point. Do we know anything else about it? Let's see. We know it's a Pokemon that can use a move to slice clean through hard objects, that can easily knock down a human with a punch. You haven't seen any Pokemon like that around here? Okay, I don't. Okay, and then we can ask about him real quick. Oh, you never get bored in the city because there's so many different people and Pokemon to watch? Must be fun having eyes like yours, especially since they let you see in the dark. Okay. Let's see which one's a cut. Okay, let's go to the coffee shop. Hi Hat Cafe. There's Ludicolo. Because I remember this, I believe this was in the last game too. Yeah, because I remember that guy in the back. Rachel Myers, student at Rhyme University.
Hello there.
Jessica Miller, Rachel's friend. Wow, what a coincidence running into you here. Yeah, I'm just as surprised as you are. I think I've seen this girl somewhere before. Oh, I remember, Howard's notebook. She's the girl from the photo. Yes, Pikachu, this is Rachel. We go to college together. She's the mayor's daughter. Right. And you said she knows a lot about Pokemon too, didn't you? And she's just a classmate, or... See, this is why I don't like telling you about my personal life. I'm just looking out for you. I never hear you talk about actually having fun with people. Ah, well, anyway, who's the woman next to her? I know about as much as you do. I don't think we've met before. Hey, Jessica, have you heard of these? Of course, it's an honor to meet the great detectives. By the way, Tim, were you talking to Pikachu just now? What? No way. Ah, no need to be embarrassed. I totally understand the urge to talk with your partner. But now that you're here, why don't you chat with us for a bit? Yeah, sure. Okay.
You and Pikachu must be working hard, huh?
Yeah, he's actually more helpful than he looks.
That's pretty impressive, Pikachu.
Come on, Tim, you can give me a better compliment than that. You seem different from usual somehow. Don't tell me that award my dad gave you is already starting to change you. No, of course not. I'm the same as I've always been. Are you sure? I mean, we don't really know each other all that well. Maybe you have the wrong impression of me. No way, I've had my eye on you for a while now, Tim. Okay, that's a little creepy. Excuse me? Oh, does she mean what I think she means? It's like I have a front row seat to the great detective in action. It feels like an exciting new adventure could break out at any moment. Ah, right. Did you get your hopes up for a moment there, Tim? Quiet, you. Okay, talk to the friend.
It is such an honor to meet you, Tim. Thank you for solving the R case. You have no idea what that meant to me.
Huh? Oh, yeah.
I see news about your accomplishments on TV all the time. You're quite the celebrity. Celebrity? I wouldn't go that far. No need to be modest. You're a great detective after all. Jessica used to work with my mother years ago. That's how we met, and we've been friends ever since. Oh, I see. But it's been a while since we've met up like this. About 2 years, I think. We've both been so busy lately. There just hasn't been time to get together. I have no idea you'd become friends with the famous great detective. Were you surprised? Yes, of course. Hey, I'm the great detective. By the way, Tim, I work at a pizzeria in Bamboo Boro. If you're ever in the area, stop by. I'll treat you to one of our awesome pizzas. Alright, did you hear that, Tim? Let's go sometime. The pizza place where Jessica works is actually pretty famous. Sounds great. I'd love to go. I'll take you up on that offer. I'll be waiting. Tim, there's actually something I wanted to talk to you about. What's up? Well, it's about something going on at home. Sounds serious. I'm not sure how much help I'll be, but you can always talk to me. I don't want to waste your time, though. Don't worry about it. I'm working right now, but we can meet up tonight if you're free. Sure, that works. Thank you, Tim. Okay, but how about you stop by my apartment later this evening? Hey, not bad, Tim. But are we supposed to have dinner with your family tonight? Yeah, but this sounds serious. I can just brush her off. I can't just brush her off. The least I can do is hear her out for a little bit. Might as well. Fair enough. I'm sure your family will understand. Okay, now let's go ahead and talk to you. We got nursery. Okay. Let's talk.
Well, look who it is.
It's been a while. Pablo Milan, owner of the Hi-Hat Cafe. In Ludicolo. Cheerful cafe assistant manager. Hi, Tim. Did something happen today? I noticed you weren't here this morning. Yeah, I got caught up in a new case. Oh, sounds rough. Do you mind if I ask you some questions? Me? Sure, go ahead. Okay.
Excuse me?
You must have been really busy moving your cafe to this new location. Do you feel all settled in now? Yeah, feels like things are finally getting back to normal. I know Pikachu's been coming here on his own to drink your coffee. I hope he hasn't been causing you any trouble. Trouble? Me? I'm a paying customer. Once you pick up a tab. Not at all. The cafe's way closer to your place now, and it seems like Pikachu feels comfortable here. And the Hi-Hat Cafe always welcome Pokemon customers. Okay, about Barnes. The butler from the dentist mansion? Yeah, he swings by the cafe pretty often after he's done with work. Barnes is a regular customer. Yeah, he loves coffee and jazz, so we've got plenty to talk about. But apparently he's been really stressed lately, so he hasn't been stopping by as much. He's been really stressed, huh? You should probably ask for more details about that. Alright? Do you know why Barnes was stressed? Was he worried about something? Oh, well, I'm not sure it's my place to tell you about a customer's personal matter. Please, we're just trying to help. It's for Barnes' sake. Ah, so this is for a case, huh? Then I guess I'd better tell you. Might as well. He was worried about the jewel that Mr. Dennis was planning to donate to Rhyme City. Apparently, the Dennises had a difference of opinion about that. Yep. Barnes was trying to come up with a compromise that would satisfy both of them. But he said he just wound up getting stuck in the middle of the argument. That does sound stressful. I remember him saying he wished there was no jewel in the first place. Uh-oh. That don't sound good. He wished there was no jewel, huh? Anyway, that's all I know. Hope it helps. Yes, thank you. Now, Ducklet.
Excuse me?
Do you know the Ducklet that lives at the dentist residence? Yeah, I know her. You're talking about Barnes' partner, right? She often comes here all on her own to buy coffee beans. She really is a clever little Pokemon. Just like Barnes said. She always comes with this cute little bag that I fill with beans for her. As far as I know, she takes them straight back to the mansion. In fact, she left with her usual order just a couple minutes ago. Ding, ding, ding. Okay, but now where's she at? Really? Okay, let's talk to Milsry. Missy? See that cute? Rich with flavor and fortune. Mew. Oh, it's a Milsry. Hey, Pablo, got a new customer? Oh, you mean this Milsry? It's new. Just started living here, in fact. Wonder what sort of place it's from. Mew. Whoa, hey, hold on, Milsry. Both Tim and Pikachu have particular blends they prefer. You can't just add cream without asking. Mill? I prefer to keep my coffee black. But why don't you try some cream, Tim? Sure, and it smells great. I'll give it a try next time. Mill.
Okay, let's start deducing.
Already?
Okay.
I'm gonna talk to Luco first. Looks like she's in a good mood as always. Do you think she might know something? She might, we can ask. Ludi. You say you've got an ear for rock now, not just jazz? Ludi. Apparently a Polytoad and its friends put on concerts here at night. Ludi. And you really love that music? So that's how you went from jazzes to rocker. I'd love to hear Polytoad's concert sometime. Have you seen Ducklet recently? Ludi. She says Ducklet comes to the cafe pretty often. Pablo knows more about that, apparently. Okay, oh, and you sometimes see Ducklet at Serenity Park. Ooh. That might be helpful. I see. So the pond water there is good for your fur. And you meet Ducklet there sometimes when you go to bathe? How nice that you tell each other about good swimming spots. I guess water-type Pokemon get along swimmingly with each other. Ha ha ha. Okay, I wanted to deduce, so guess we shall deduce. Is this deduce this one? Where did Ducklet go? Okay, because Ducklet went to the, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so after went to the Hi Hat Cafe.
Okay.
Good. Didn't Ducklet go to the Hi Hat Cafe to buy coffee beans? Yeah, apparently she goes there on a regular basis to buy them. Today was one of those days. And Pablo said that he handed Ducklet her usual order of coffee beans. Man, this is really making me want some coffee right now. Even though it's kind of late, but yeah, it is really late. But I want coffee now. So I guess Ducklet headed back. She might be back there already. Okay, so we got that figured out.
Okay.
Let's head back to the mansion to search for Ducklet. Good idea. Okay, we're gonna go back. Oh, he wants to tell me something? Okay. Yes, what is it, Pikachu?
Hey, Tim. Jessica seems really grateful to us for solving the R case 2 years ago. Nice to know our hard work wasn't for nothing.
Okay. Where's the exit? Okay, here's the exit. Let's just make sure. It's boink. Okay, yeah, let's go back to the mansion. Okay. Time to go back. Uh-oh. What's going on? What in the world were you doing? My apologies, sir. Uh-oh. You mad at her for some reason? Did something happen, Brad? Ducklet was spotted near the mansion just now, but when my subordinates tried to catch her, they let her escape. Oh, so Ducklet had just gotten back to the mansion. Do you know where she ran off to? Unfortunately, I do not, and I don't have the resources to keep searching. You could do it yourself. At this point, I'll have to call on the services of the Pokemon Protection Bureau. You, tell the inspector that I'm heading back to the station for a moment. Yes, sir. I'm assuming she probably went to the park. Well, Brad and Manectric are gone. But still, we have no idea where Ducklet could have run off to. Where would we even start looking? Well, now what? Should we put the search for Ducklet on hold and look for the red Pokemon instead? Yeah, sure. That's better than just spinning our wheels. There are still places we haven't looked. Let's go check them out. Okay. Now we're going to go to the park. And then I'm going to remember there's also the side quest of finding the little dog. Ooh. I forgot what his name is. Reboot. Score Bunny and then Reboot. Okay. Score hat trick. It's Reboot, a Pokemon known for its excellent footwork. Rab. What's it saying, Pikachu? It wants us to be quiet, but it's trying to think up a practice routine. Oh, I see. Let's leave it alone then. Really? Okay, it's not helpful. Okay, we got Sudowoodo. We got Serena, Purloin. Let's talk to this lady. Someone seems to have planted a tree right in the middle of the path. It's such an inconvenience. You're not helpful. Oh, we got Sudowoodo. Purloin, adorable deceiver. Okay, so can we really trust her? Purr. This Pokemon is being awfully friendly. That's it. Oh my goodness. Some of these are not helpful. Okay, let's try Sudowoodo. Talk to him. Who seems important. Sudowoodo, unmoving as a tree. Oh, this is the tree that she was talking about. I was like, what tree in the middle of the path? Woodoo. Whoa, I was just thinking this was an odd place for a tree. Be a tiny tree. But it's actually a Pokemon? Yeah, that's a Sudowoodo. Sudowoodo. They have a habit of pretending to be trees. Sudo. You're practicing your tree imitation, huh? Does it have to practice right here? Seems like it'll block a lot of foot traffic. Yeah, true. Hey, shoulda woulda. If you want to practice, you should try doing it somewhere else. This location totally blows your cover. Shoulda woulda. Oh, he's leaving. Oh. That sure seemed to send it into a panic. I guess it thought it was blending in perfectly. Okay. Okay, let's see. Last time we got a lady and a Serena. Okay, let's see. This is a fountain for Pokemon to drink from. My Serena really loves the water here. Okay. Nothing over here. Oh, okay, now it's moved. Huh, someone must have replanted that tree in the flower bed. But when? Okay, she's not helpful. We got a Ribombee. Have some pollen puffs. Oh, she's so cute. Oh, look, a Ribombee. Ribombee mix pollen and nectar to make all kinds of different puffs. Boom, boom. Seems very busy. Oh, boom. Apparently it's making pollen puffs for its cutie fly to eat. Those little bugs have big appetites while they're growing up, so it's got to prepare a ton of food. Sounds like a lot of work. Let's just watch and try not to get in the way. Okay. Oh, who's this guy?
You there!
Oh.
Wait, you wouldn't happen to be that great detective duo, would you?
Charles Murlock, scientist.
I am such a huge fan of yours!
Interesting. Oh dear, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Charles Murlock. I'm a scientist working here in Rhyme City to deepen our understanding of Pokemon. A scientist, huh? What's that? You'd like to hear more about what I do? Actually, my research has been recognized by Mayor Myers himself. Now I'm helping out with a new policy that he and the City Council are working on. You might say I'm the brains behind Rhyme City's latest policies. This guy is intense. And he seems like the type who doesn't even listen to what others are saying. If you two great detectives have any questions for me, I don't know why we would, by all means fire away. After all, I have something in common with you both. We're all working to help Rhyme City. We're all coming from the same place, comrades with the same goals. Sure. So, I'm prepared to answer any questions you have. Thank you? Guess our only choice is to play along for a bit. What a drag. Okay, about your research?
Excuse me?
What sort of research are you doing, Mr. Murlock? My research explores the natures of communication between people and Pokemon. Sounds complicated. No, it's quite simple, really. We're just trying to help Pokemon understand human language. About that? Imagine what that'd do for Rhyme City. It'd make life here so much more entertaining and simple. A whole city where people and Pokemon can go back and forth like we can? Huh. That really would make Rhyme City an even better place. Don't you think? Okay, helping with the policy.
Excuse me?
What exactly do you do to help the mayor with policy development? My domain is science, not politics. I can't actually propose new legislation. What I can do, though, is develop new machines and equipment. I can also help distribute them to the people and Pokemon of Rhyme City. I am proud to contribute to my city with the power of science. That's wonderful. Isn't it? Mayor Myers came up with the idea for a bill to help people and Pokemon coexist, so I feel duty-bound to use my position as a scientist to support it. Sounds like he's warming up for his speech. Oh gosh. I can tell how passionate you are about improving the city. Okay.
Oh,
nice talking
can
to you.
I ask you a favor, Pikachu? Would you allow me to give you a quick health exam?
Okay, you're really creepy.
Ow! Hey,
What
what'd
did
you
you
just
do?
do to me?
Oh dear, is Pikachu upset with me? Yeah. I only plucked a bit of fur and the test results should be ready in just a moment. Test results for what? What exactly are you doing? This is a machine I created at Mayor Myers' request. It can measure a Pokemon's vital signs in record time. In other words, it's made to quickly check a Pokemon's health. I'd say that's a good thing for both people and their partners, wouldn't you? Yes, it sure sounds like it. Way to bury the lead. Okay, it's ready. Now let me see. What's it say? It's detecting caffeine? Did someone say caffeine? Seeing as he's working as a detective, I figured this was no ordinary Pikachu. But these results are truly fascinating. Hello, Mr. Murloc? Oh, do forgive me. He's quite alright. No problems at all. I suppose his triglycerides are a bit high for Pokemon. My what? He does seem slightly different from a regular Pikachu, though. Huh. Is there something weird about me? Well, now that you've finished your checkup, I think we better get going. Ah, yes. Sorry to have taken up so much of your time. Good luck, great detectives. Thank you. Okay, what a useless conversation. Come on, Pikachu, stop sulking and let's go. High triglycerides, grumble. Okay. Little sign, no touching of these things. Pretty big park, my goodness. So it's still going that way, but let me see if there's like a down area. Let's go down here. Look at Pikachu running. It's funny. We got Lickitung. Licked every flavor life has to offer. Interesting. I wonder what it tastes like. Lick. What a long tongue. Okay, let's talk to the little boy. Ah, come on, Lickitung stopped again. She keeps getting distracted. Okay, they're not helpful. Okay. Let's keep going. See if we can find any helpful information. Okay, can't go that way. Okay. Because I'm thinking also the ducklet might be here too. Let's see, this lady has anything? Nope. Okay, let's talk to this Pokemon. Feelings. Lockstep formation. Thanks, Lee. There sure are a lot of amazing Pokemon around. These ones are so well coordinated. Okay, again, nothing helpful. Come on, I need something helpful, please. Here we go, this might do it. Terrace. It's so cool, overlooking the city.
This is the top, yeah?
Look at that, Pikachu.
Huh?
Is there a Pokemon?
From here you have a perfect view of the dentist residence.
Uh-oh, somebody was spying. Hey Tim, what are you thinking? I'm pretty sure that window's the one in front of the jewel storage room. Pokemon capable of flying could go straight into the mansion from here. Yeah, if our thief was getting help from a Pokemon, this would be the perfect vantage point. This is where the Whimsicott usually meet up with Pawniard, right? That's what they said, but I don't see it anywhere. If it was here earlier, maybe it left some kind of sign. Well, Pawniard are known for their blades. It's not much, but it's the only lead we got. Better get looking. Let's see. Anything? Oh, what do we got? Ooh, leaves cut up. These torn up leaves have rough, uneven edges. But they're uneven, though. I don't know. Do you suppose Pawniard did that? They look to me like they were bitten, not cut. Yeah, I think so too. Because his blades are going to be... they're going to cut even. This cotton. Probably fell here when the Whimsicott were playing with Pawniard. Okay, we got the cotton. Okay, let's see anything else. Let's see what other evidence. Oh. Looks like slash marks on this rock. What's up with this rock? It's covered in gashes. Has something been scratching at it? These gashes look like they were left by something sharp like a blade. Yes they do. I doubt a human would be strong enough to make clean cuts like these.
Okay, let's start deducing.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Pikachu. Okay. Let's deduce. Where's the red Pokemon? Okay, begin deducing.
Okay.
Do you figure out where the red Pokemon is? Okay, the rock. Let's see. Searching the rock. It's highly likely that slash marks left on the rocks were made by Pawniard. That's proof that Pawniard came to the terrace. Yep, I think it's this one.
Okay.
We did find a rock that was covered in slashes, as if it had been cut up by sharp blades. Maybe the slashes were made by Pawniard. I think it's highly likely. That's definitely the rock that the Whimsicott are talking about. So, if we go to where the rock is, we might find Pawniard there. Alright, let's take a look around the rock. Think of any way to draw Pawniard here? Sing, climb, or wait? Climb?
Oh.
Let's see. Whimsicott said that Poniard got angry when they stepped on the rock. I didn't even remember that information. Oh yeah, you're right. Good memory. Maybe Poniard will show up if one of us climbs on it. Worth the shot. Let's give it a try. How's this? I just hope it's actually here to see this. Oh, I hear it. Pon. What? Oh, he's so cute. Impressive swordplay. He's so tiny. I don't remember Poniard being so tiny. But then I know his evolved form is much bigger. Just like Whimsicott said. Pon, Pon, Pon. Okay, it's saying, darest thou tread upon my cherished rock? What is the meaning of this? Thine answer shall determine thy fate. I will show thee no mercy. Wait, what? Wow, it's really angry. Sorry, we just wanted to find you. We weren't trying to mess with your rock or anything. Pon. Phew, thank goodness. It said it'll forgive us, but just this once. Pon? You want to know why we were looking for you? Fair enough. We've got some interesting questions we'd like to ask you. Would you mind talking with us for a bit? Pon. It says it'll talk. Okay, about you? Pon. So, you've been traveling all over as part of your journey to warriorhood? I'm sorry, did you say your journey to warriorhood? Apparently, it travels all over the place to practice and improve its moves. Pon. Says that because it was born with these blades, it wishes nothing more than to master them. If Poniard is that proud of its blades, I bet they have razor-sharp edges. Pon. It says it can easily slice a rock into. This might sound a bit strange, but you haven't punched anyone recently, have you? Pon. Poniard says it never punched a single person or Pokemon in its life. Pon. Good point. You could cut something with those hands of yours, but you definitely couldn't punch it. Yeah, second thought, you'd wind up with a different injury if you would push up with Poniard. Yeah, you'd be sliced. Are there any other Poniard in the city besides you? What's it saying? Apparently, it's never seen any other Poniard. Okay, about the Dennis residence. We heard from some Whimsicott that they went to Mr. Dennis's mansion. Were you the one who went there with them? Pon. Poniard's not sure if it was the same place, but it vaguely remembers going to a big house. Pon. It says it entered the house together with the Whimsicott. How did you get inside the mansion? Apparently Poniard likes to get picked up and flown around by Whimsicott. It's cute. So you think you might have gotten inside the mansion that way? Did you happen to cut a jewel case when you were in that mansion? Pon. So you can remember the sensation of cutting through something, but the rest is a blur? It seems like something's taking control of Pokemon. This is important, so please try to remember. Pon. It says its mind feels all foggy and it just can't remember what was going on at the time. That sure makes things difficult. Pon. Now about Ducklet. Have you seen Ducklet around anywhere? Pon. Hasn't seen her. Great, where could Ducklet have gone? Finally managed to find Poniard, but we weren't able to learn anything useful from it. Yeah, and some of what it said even contradicted testimony we gathered earlier. Maybe we could get more information if we got proof that Poniard entered the mansion. Pon? It's asking if we're done here so it can get back to training. What sort of training does it do? It's planning on cutting rocks and things to sharpen its skills and blades. Cut rocks? Wow, would it be willing to demonstrate for us? Ooh, good idea. It would be a big help to see what a cut from a Poniard looks like. Pon. Yeah, it says it would happily grace us with a demonstration. Thank you. We'll watch quietly so you can focus. Ooh, big slice. Where? Oh, that's a pretty big slice. Definitely looks like it cut through the thing. This clean slice and the metallic sound. Ooh, they heard a metallic sound. Poniard's blade made when it made contact. It all matches with what we know of a crime scene. That means the Pokemon that entered the mansion must have been Poniard. But neither Whimsicott nor Poniard remembers clearly. What's up with that? I can't imagine that the Pokemon are lying. Their behavior was pretty unusual, but there must be a good reason for it. We've looked all over the place, but we haven't seen Ducklet anywhere. Apparently, she almost got caught earlier, but then ran away. So maybe she's hiding somewhere. Then how are we gonna find her? I'm assuming probably with her feathers. Okay, we couldn't get much useful information with Poniard. I think Ducklet is our only good lead now. I guess we need to keep asking around then. I don't know. Maybe she got scared and went into hiding. If she did, it'll be really hard with just the two of us to find her. Yeah, how should we look for her then? Good question. I already know. How about we ask a Pokemon to help us? A Pokemon? Yeah, Pokemon have all sorts of special skills. Maybe there's a Pokemon that can help us find Ducklet. Do you think he'd be willing to help us though? I'm sure one of the Pokemon in the dentist residence would gladly help us out. After all, the theft happened in their own home. Good point. Let's go back to the mansion and ask the Pokemon there for help. Okay, we'll talk to him real quick.
Your hands are blades, huh? Wow, that's pretty neat.
Uh-oh. Better watch out. Okie doke, I think this is where I'm going to stop for today. Got a decent amount done. We haven't solved anything yet, but I will probably play more another time. But thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.